Let's make sure everything's running. All right, testing. Testing. Okay, I think there's some latency. Yep, perfect. Okay. We're good on that. Let's make sure we're good on. Okay, we're good on that. Sweet. Grab the link real quick and let's get started. Sources. There we go. Awesome. All right, I'm just gonna pop the link in a few places real quick, and then I'll get started on my video. Adding props in ZBrush today. Adding props. Details in ZBrush. Make sure that worked. All right, sweet, it did. All right, y'all. I'm just gonna put this in a few more places, and then I'll get started. Oh my gosh, my my picture's so goofy. I know, it's funny. It's a silly thumbnail. Yeah. I'm kind of reusing the same thumbnail as last time, but it is a new episode, so it's not trying to make it look like it's the same stream, just be spamming the same stream over. No, it's different. But yeah, once I get this push, just a few more that I want to send it off to. Then I will get started. Alrighty. Gamecraft. Okay, that's it. Let me get started. All right, sweet. Let's get started. I'm gonna send it to my new patrons as well. Shout out Shar for being my newest patron. Awesome. Alright, yeah, so today I'm going to be adding some details and kind of just blocking out these different props. And I'm excited to kind of get into this today because it's looking a little bit, it needs some help for sure. Yeah, so I'm just trying to add some actual, like the different buttons and pieces, and of course, like just adding some refinement in general, and I think this could help benefit a lot of artists who are struggling to get past this point of like, okay, I've done my proportions, I've kind of blocked my character out, now what else do I do? There's quite a bit of things that, like small, simple techniques that you can kind of apply that goes a long way. I'm excited to go over that. So it looks like I have basically everything that I wanted to blocked out on the big spectrum. So I want to add, of course, like these loops and or these kind of like shoe pieces and everything. I think I'm going to go with these. I really like the zippers, and I'm going to go with these gloves. I really like these kind of gauge gloves. They really feel in that theme and stuff. So I think it's makes the most sense to me anyway. Make sure that my patrons got the message. Patreon. Okay, cool. I think we should be good now. Alright, so yeah, first off, we have like some details. I want to do some of the bigger details, like for instance the shoulder armor and the fact that he has like a shirt rather than just kind of like looking like he has some kind of long sleeves extra laboratory kind of character. It looks like he's almost like ready to start cleaning. got his worker gloves on and everything, and yeah, let's fix that. Okay. Alright, yeah, so first I'm going to go into this, the torso, and start adding like this shirt. And the way I'm going to do that is actually just by splitting the, splitting this torso out some. So what I can do is duplicate this body. This is my favorite way of doing, adding pieces, especially when they're from the body and everything. I love doing it this way. Alright, yeah. So I basically go ahead and grab the slice curve tool and cut into this area right here. I think the additional one is hidden, so I'm not sure why it's looking that way. It's probably just because the polyF is on, but yeah. So I kind of cut into where we're gonna have that sleeve, and I actually think it's gonna be like maybe here, and I'm gonna curve it so it doesn't like cut into the body. Because if I just start to here, it's gonna like slice straight through. So I'm actually going to do here like this, and then chop like that. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to isolate by holding Control-Shift-Click, and then do it again. And then I'm going to delete hidden. And remember, this is only for the duplication, not the original. You do not want to mess with the original. Alright. So, go ahead and mirror it over and mirror and weld, so that both sides are like that. And then now I can do a half and ZBrush. And if you don't know where ZBrush is, it's in the geometry tab over at the bottom well, over here. I'll show you. So if you need help with finding the ZBrush to help like reduce the amount of polygons, go into geometry and ZBrush, and here we go. The half setting. Turn off the adapt and turn on half and do ZBrush. I just have a quick menu, so I can work a little bit faster. So I'm gonna just do that a couple times. I'm gonna just reduce the topology quite a bit. Let me add my additional things, my border, and there we go. Shout out again to Shar, my newest patron. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do it maybe 2 more times. Nope, 1 more time. There we go, that looks fine. What do I have down here? I have nothing, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off as well. Let's go ahead and reduce that. Delete hidden. I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna chop this top piece off here. Delete hidden. There we go. So now it's only what parts that I need. All right, and this is a long neck, but it will be covered by this collar, so it's okay. Yeah, it's looking good. So I'm gonna do half. No, I'm gonna do same. Did I delete hidden? Did, okay. Okay, that's fine for now. Alright, cool. So, this is going to be my shirt mesh for right now anyway. So, the way I'm going to handle this shirt, I'm going to bring back the original body. There we go. And I'm actually going to inflate. Let's go ahead and inflate the shirt here. Stuff like that, and then I can kind of push in the rest of that that body. I just forgot. I just saw that, like, okay, this is actually cut here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and go into this, and I'm just gonna delete these using my Z modeler. You can just paint in. Hidden. Let's go ahead and also do this one. Okay, delete hidden. So now I just have this zone right here for this shirt, and that feels a lot better. And the collar's gonna actually be a separate mesh, so I'm not worried about the collar being like projected from this right now. So I'm just gonna kind of have this here. Snake hook this in a little bit. Alright, we're getting somewhere. So now we have to kind of bowl out these sleeves here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to mask lasso. Mask lasso this. Soften it with some tap. And center pivot it this way. It may actually be better for me to... no, this is fine. That totally works. Bring the sleeves in a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Snake hook. Let's go and... I'm gonna reduce the size of this. I feel like this is way too large. I don't need it to be that prevalent. There we go. Work more toward the middle. All right, cool. So yeah, now I can add some thickness to it, or not. I can start just adding these different pieces, really. But yeah, I think this is fine, and I can add. I think I'll just cap this actually, because I think. Let's see here. Let me grab here, extrude, polygroup, or poly edge. I think there's a way I can do the whole thing. I think that's just one edge. I think there's a way. Poly loop. It is poly loop. Cool. All right, so this is how I added some thickness in a shirt, right? And then it needs to be somewhat substantial, right? This is it's a very stylized game. So there we go. Let's go ahead and bring this down a little bit, bring this forward a little bit. There we go. Awesome. If I solo this, then I can actually extrude up and then extrude in. I'm gonna wait on Maya for this actually, but this is enough thickness and to really prove out what I wanted to do. So I'm gonna cap this in Maya, but instead of going and adding this collar area right now, I'm actually just going to wait or make it its own piece. That way it can bake well. Or otherwise, I could just like bring it straight up like this, and then I could bring it out like that. But yeah, it'll always have these crazy baking issues and errors, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to actually have it be separate. It's one of the tricks. Whenever that you have like a really tight area, like an underarm or something like that, not specifically an underarm, but like close zones like that, like very cute angles, you're gonna have a lot of baking errors along that, and so it's almost better just to have it be a separate piece, and we can weld it on later if you'd like. Alright, so these pants, we can go ahead and ZBrush these on half. Do that a couple times. ZBrush is great. Helps really reduce the heaviness of the model while keeping its structure, its basic structure. Alright, this is low, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, it has dynamic subdivision. Okay, that's what it is. Had dynamic subdiv on it. Dynamic subdiv is great actually, but right now I don't want it on there. So I'm gonna also reduce my gloves. So I'm trying to make the file a little bit less heavy for right now. Shout out again my new patron Shar. Thank you so much for the love, everything. It helps for sure. Yeah, appreciate you. All right, just a couple more times. Trying to reduce polygons. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I don't want to do it too much where I'm losing my silhouette or details. I think I'll do it this way. All right, so if I want to start adding details like, well, I'm gonna keep on blocking out the different pieces. Like I need this belt and I need these big buttons and stuff like that. This collar, this shoulder armor piece. I'll actually build a shoulder armor piece for now. I'll show you a fun trick on how to do this. It's pretty goofy. So I can turn off symmetry and just use the topology tool to just draw it on this current mesh. So it's kind of like this piece with the bolt, and then this goes around. Probably this again on the other side. So let's go ahead and drag. That's this piece. Go into the next zone here. I'll go ahead and add one more edge loop here. And let's keep drawing. I'm gonna turn down my blue. Alright. All right, and so 2 of these are like so they're just really on the opposite side. So here and here. There we go. So that's just this. Yeah, that's double. Okay. So just checking. Bam. Okay. Here. Here. Just do one here to make sure it has that round feel. And then that's pretty good. All right. So now I'm going to clear the rest. So I'll just clean it up. And I think that's good. Okay, yeah. So now I'm going to accept it, and bam, armor. It's pretty goofy. So this actually affects from the thickness. So like it's way extruded if my draw size is big, and it's less so if it's not big. So I'm gonna go kind of like maybe around 48. Let's try. And one other thing is that it's also double the thickness that you see it because it's half of it's inside the other mesh. So I'm gonna do 50, 56. And so see the current thickness now? Well, if I drag it out, then you can see it's double. So actually 56 is a little bit big, so I'm gonna go, sure, 46. All right, let's give it a center pivot, pop it out. That was great. Cool. So now if I don't want it to be part of the same, because right now it's part of the same subtool as a shirt, because I extruded it from the shirt. This just gives me so much control. Hey, Char. Yeah, good vibes. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and split. Yeah, don't delete hidden. I'm going to split unmasked. There we go. So now, hey, Char, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to, yeah, let me know. Yeah, I can demo something for you if you'd like. I do not mind it at all. I'm just doing some streaming. I'm gonna stream too long today, but I'm trying to get like at least an hour a day in, kind of thing. You know, keep it consistent. How you doing though? Doing all right? Just making the shoulder armor right here. Kind of rounding it out here, moving stuff around. I just extruded this from the shirt. I'm not sure if you saw that part yet, but yeah, I was using the topology tool to extrude this shoulder armor from. It's a really fun method that I love using. I'm gonna bring this forward because I'm trying to get that shape going. So this kind of tucks in here. Alright, then I'll round this bit out right here in the bottom. I like that. It feels pretty good to me. I wonder if the plugin homie is here today with the foliage plugin. That was really cool. Alright, that's feeling pretty solid. It just needs kind of that, a little bit more up. It just needs a little more plumpness to it. It's like more round. Oh, speaking of this character, actually, we have some concept art from our awesome concept artist. Made some, a really cool... Here, I'll show you. He made a really cool designs for... Oops, let me put this over here. Yeah, he made some really cool designs for the cart itself. Check this out. It's a bit bright, sorry about that. But yeah. Digging it. So yeah, I was really liking the first one. I feel like the first one's really cool. Here, I'll bring this down a little bit. But yeah, so yeah, this first one, it just has a really cool silhouette. And so I'm thinking the first iteration is my favorite. If y'all have a favorite, by the way, let me know. Like if you have any notes. He has not started drawing the final version yet, so if anyone has any feedback or thoughts, let me know. I definitely am up for feedback and thoughts. But yeah, so what I really like is I like the back here. I feel like that's a really cool area where it can really show the electricity from this character, right? The camera's going to be about here, so I'm thinking like, okay, if it's like Tesla coil type elements in the back that really kind of shows the static electricity buildup, that can be really cool. I like all these back boosters. Like this one has an awesome silhouette. This one feels really powerful, right? Like it's like a nice blast. This multi back booster feels pretty good too. I think this is really fun. But what I was thinking is maybe having this kind of huge exhaust pipe that kind of goes around the wheel. I really love that idea, but I think for a more tankier character that could be fun. And then this plug-in kind of feels a little bit too cartoony. Like, yeah, it's just a cartoony stylized, but this feels like a wall plug. It looks a little bit goofy. It could totally work. I mean, I don't doubt it, but I feel like these read really well as electric character / steampunk character kind of thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, I had some feedback that I like wanted it to be chopped a bit. Like, I think it's a bit too long currently, and a little bit too short. So I think I'm gonna pop him up a little bit here, and then like shorten it a little bit, squat it a little bit, kind of like maybe Mario Kart would feel. But yeah, I'm loving those designs. Really happy with our concept artist helping out with that. All right. Says we got an error. Interesting. I wonder what happened. I think we're good on this. Am I good on this? Pretty sure we're good on this. All right, cool. So yeah, block this piece out. I'm just gonna keep on blocking these pieces out, and so we have our like dial here. I might actually not do this dial and just do this big dial here. I like this a lot, so let's get him on there. It's kind of like a donut kind of thing. So I'm actually gonna do B. I think this one had a donut, sort of. Okay, this has a cylinder pipe. That's close. Come on, I know one of these have a donut. B, I. Where's my donut at? I'm gonna just do cylinder pipe for right now and see what we can get. Feels pretty good. So I should be able to split unmasked, and then go back into here and just Control D a couple times. Yeah, it works. Pop it into there, maybe like to that extent. And I think I want to thicken it a bit. It looks kind of a lot thicker in here, so I'm going to go ahead and inflate. That's pretty good. I like this kind of, I want this to be like a trim with it as well, so I think I'm going to just pop another one. Go back to IMM14 and then right in the center of that, just about. There we go. Shrink that a bit. Something like that. That feels pretty good. I'm gonna split, unmasked, go back into here and adjust it so it's more centered, and then inflate it a bit. So it's like right, something like that. A stylized game that's kind of a decent distance. I don't want anything that's way too small because it's not gonna be able to be read. This is gonna be too tiny to see what it is. So I'm not trying to make any micro details. Just trying to yeah, trying to get some cool stuff going on inside this character. So cool. So that's looking pretty solid. I think these are rivets or something on the gloves. Yeah, they're kind of like little rivet bits. So I wonder if that could really be anything, but I can try it with this. So I'm putting it all on the first knuckle. Just kind of having it be this first knuckle area. It's kind of like a jerkin would have like just bolts. Kind of things bolted in here. Medieval jerkin. And then here we go, we'll put this one on this thing right here. We'll give it a little bit bigger. Feels pretty cool. Alright, so now I want to separate them from this tube thing. So I'm going to split unmasked. There we go. I'm going to add a cylinder to this centerpiece so that we have a plate. A flat plate. There we go. I like that. Oops. Split unmasked again. Feels pretty good. Maybe I'll deflate this a tad bit. I think it's a little bit too thick. I don't mind it being a huge portion of this hand. Something like that, that's fine. And then that allows me to be able to make this a bit wider too. Something like that. But I actually want to slope this because I don't like to have 90-degree angles in my stuff. So I actually think what I'm going to do is slope this in. So go into Z modeler, transpose, edge loop complete, grab that, center pivot it, and then we'll go ahead and shrink that in. There we go. No longer have a 90. Oh, maybe a little bit more. Do the same thing from the the top bit. Let's see how this looks. There we go. That feels a lot better. Where it's like sloped in. That feels a lot more like a very stylized thing, right? This one's looking a little bit too popped out. Shrink that in a little bit. Try to get like one solid glove, and then I'll duplicate it on the opposite side. All right, so for these strips, I'm trying to get this block of these gloves out. These can be, let's see. These can be trims like, let's bring this down. Why is it playing London Bridges? This is a weird song to play. That's super weird. Alright, so yeah, this cross thing, I'm going to go ahead and just do with some strips. So I'm going to do a topology strips, I think. And it kind of has a like area where like it kind of goes out like that. So I'm going to do this. On like purposefully make it like wider, right? So the middle is probably going to be straight on, and then I'm just gonna solo this for right now, and so I can kind of get in down here. Shrink down the blue, shrink down the red. There we go. There we go. To make sure it doesn't cross section, because if you cross it from like this to this, you'll make another line over there, so you don't want to do that. Kind of have to be careful about how you place your lines. Like here. Should be able to do this. Yeah, cool. Alright, cool. If we clean up, alright, I'll do it on this side too. So I'll go wide with it. Do one inside so it can clip in. There we go. And then carefully add this one and carefully add this one. Alright, cool. And then down. Perfect. Alright, so now I can extract these like before. Looks pretty cool. Split edge masked. And these can be dynamic subdivision. I'll do smooth 6. Just do maybe 3. It's almost like 0 or almost 1. I feel like they're like 2. One issue that I'm having is these are not creased, so I need to do group by normals, or yeah, group by normals, and then crease poly group. Now it should work. Yeah, that even looks better up here too. One looks pretty solid too, actually. One almost works. Go keep my 2 though. Alright, yeah. So now I can add these little, I don't know, grommet pieces or whatever they're called. With like, I guess, like lace loop things. I can add those. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to apply this, and now I can work from here again. These loops are literally just, they could just be squares. So I'm going to make them just squares for right now. So these are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably just 4. Let's do 4. So plop that in there. Doesn't need to be that big. Because they'll kind of shrink into more like circular things or like oval things. So they're going to be like false grommets. They're not going to even really be proper loops. It'll just look like that when I subdivide them. Like, they just need to fit into these pieces, basically. Welcome, people that are new to the stream. Welcome, welcome. I'm making game art stuff. As a very generic way. Game art stuff. That's what I do. That's what I'm currently doing. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get all these pieces. I'm just duplicating them. Since it's masked, you can actually duplicate holding control drag, and it only duplicate the one that's not masked. It's pretty nifty. And this last one. Actually, I think I need to inflate these more because on the drawings they're kind of like almost dang near touching each other. So I think I need to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go back to all of these and give them a little bit of love. So real quick, and then I can duplicate the opposite side too. Okay, I'm just editing the pivot point, by the way, by having my widget out. That's W, and then holding Alt to unlock, and then I can kind of change my my like where my pivot is going, and then I can just stretch it out without being a weird angle. All right, let's get this last one. Whoops. This one. All right, holding Alt, editing my pivot, and stretching. I'll bring these in a little bit more too. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to just do like literally an hour-ish of streaming a day for as long as I can. It's like it's basically like gonna keep on trying to do that as like my general streaming habits. I really want to get this game going more, and we have a few publishers interested in the game, so we're really just waiting on content and characters to be built. So let's make it happen. Right, gamers? Let's make it freaking happen. Grab an edge, pop it in there. Grab this corner, drop it down a little bit. You know what? I forgot to share this on LinkedIn. Dang it. I'm streaming on LinkedIn, but I need to share this on LinkedIn, I think. Paste. Maybe? Yes. Cool, here we go. No thanks. Good. Good on that. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, we just need to fix this last one, or this one can kind of add a little bit of. Oh, I don't want to bring it down that much. This one. There we go. And this last one, let's go ahead and fix that angle. It's looking rough for wear. Awesome. Some good looking grommets. And I'll split unmask now that I have them all. And these should be okay. So this is the plan. This is the fast way to do this, right? So I have all these different boxes that I have built for these pieces, right? But you can tell that they're kind of like more rounded. So what I'm gonna do is check this out. Group by normals, which automatically change all these different faces that are like 90 degrees into unique colors. That's a huge huge time saver. Then crease polygroup. So if it wasn't already creased, it would crease these individual colors. Then go to my dynamic. So dynamic now makes these sharp edges and do something that I also want. So I'm going to go to smooth subdivisions to like say 6. I'll keep it at 5 for now. And then crease level to maybe 3, maybe 2. Let's see what 1 looks like. 1 looks pretty dang close. 2 looks good. 2 looks like more structured, I think. But it's not like that rounded look I'm looking for. So I think what is happening is I need this not to look so pillowy on the outside. So what I'm going to do to fix that, I actually need to make this into my lasso. So I masked this side off, and then now I'm going to planar these. So right about maybe here. I'll do it at an angle because I like my things being at an angle. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull this one out a little bit further, like that. There we go. And this one. Cool. This one's stuck a little bit too much too. I'm just gonna add I'm giving them a little bit more room because I'm gonna end up clipping a little bit of it. Right, so I'm gonna just giving a little bit more love for all of them. All right, so now I'm gonna mass lasso this half, and then I'm gonna clip through these. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my clip curve tool. There we go, and start clipping this edge here. So like shearing this bit. So if I apply this, now I have pretty decent amount of subdivision stuff. I'm gonna try this one more time. I'm basically just planing off this. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a nice rounded, like outside shell, while having this nice and clipped, just like it is on the concept art. So there we go. So now I'm gonna reverse mask. So control click or control tap outside the model, and I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Awesome. That's great. That's what I was going for. Alright, so now I can do the actual like back and forth shoelacing thing, which should be pretty easy. So here I can not ZModel or topology. And let's do here up. I guess I probably should do it on the glove, actually. So let's go here, up. Or wait. Okay, so there's two X's, so I'm actually gonna do here down, make it smaller. Here down, here down. Right. I'll do the same thing here. Alright, I'm going to solo this off real quick, and I'm just going to have this one more polygon inside here, so it looks like it's tucked into the pieces, right? So you do the actual strip, and then you do one a little bit further. So it's going inside the model. Alright, so now when I extrude, bam. Looking good. I'm gonna do some like, sure. That's fine. Split unmasked. I'm gonna pull it up. All right, and now I'm just using, I'm just moving them with the snake hook tool so that it kind of fits into that center area. I just need to give this more space. Like, I think I just need to like widen this out a little bit more. So I think I'm gonna move this one over some. Something like that. And I'm gonna reverse mask and do the same thing over here. So move it over some. I just need a little bit more room. It's kind of just feeling a little too claustrophobic in there. So that's looking a little bit better. Maybe I'll move this one a tad bit more. And then I can just pull this in anyway. There we go. Just a little bit of finagling, no problem. Make sure it's kind of covering that top zone still. All right, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just fix this real quick, and that'll look pretty good. That'll be my gloves. Awesome. All right, reverse mask and rotate this. I'm gonna bring this up a tad. There we go. Sweet. Now I can just fix these. We're all good. That just gives a little bit more room. It just feels a little bit better. It's not so squoze. So squoze. A little bit of breathing room. So this is actually going under. These two go under the other ones. So I'm actually gonna bring these down a tad to be slightly more flush with the glove. There we go. All right, so now I'm just going to duplicate this. So I'm going to just hold control and drag it up. Okay, I didn't think that was going to work, but I was see if it would. All right, so I need to just mask out one, and then this one needs to be affected by itself. So I think here we go. You know what? I'm just gonna draw new ones. I'm not gonna duplicate this after all. So I'm gonna solo the glove again. Have my topology tool out. Solo. Whoop, that's gonna be difficult to see. So let's go ahead and just start my lines again. So here we go. And here we go. So now I'm doing, right? Yes. Here, and here. Alright, so now I can solo, and I can bring it further. Right, but now I know exactly how far I need to go further out, like this. Further out, box, further out, box. Oops. I'll do two at least in between. There we go. All right, so now I can accept it. Way too big. Perfect. All right, so now I'm gonna split and mask, unhide these loops. Looking good so far. Like this is what I'm looking for right here. Is I don't care that it's like flipping into the other one. I don't care that it's like popped up or whatever. I could like bother with that, I guess. So I could like maybe go into this one and shrink it in a little bit more in this area. Same thing with this one. Need to make it slightly more flush, right, with the rest, and then pop it up like at this level. And then I'll do the same over here. Perfect. All right, and so this one I'll raise up a bit. So I think what I'm gonna do is, yeah, the group by normals, increase poly group, and do the same. Well, I actually want to, before I do that, I want to start moving these around a little bit so they fit better in the grommets, or these whole zones. Pretty good so far, but there are a little bit clipping like this area. It's clipping here. This area's clipping in here. Some little things like that. I've almost did it though. This is looking pretty solid. I almost did it. Alright. Dynamic. Bring it down to like a 2. Maybe a 1. Yeah, I think 1 looks good. And dynamic, and 1. See, I'm losing a little bit of this corner, because I think I didn't go through. So I'm going to turn off the dynamic. Yeah, I needed to do same things here. Now I can do it. Awesome. So yeah, took a little bit of time, but these gloves look dope, so worth. In my opinion, worth. I'm gonna add some kind of snicker or something to him. Like he, what's the nose that this feels off, right? Because it's not part of him yet. It's probably making him look a little bit odd. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him a little nose job real quick. Let's go ahead and Dynamesh, subdivisions. Alright, see how that I lost some detail here? I don't want to lose detail. I think that looks pretty bad. So let's pull back on this. And do, instead I'm going to add polish. And then add height resolution to like right around there. And accept. Didn't like that either. Polish. I don't know why it's thinking it's higher resolution than it actually is. I think the nose has subdivisions. I think that's the problem. There we go. So when you press it once, it kind of got rid of the subdivisions on the nose, and then so now I can. So I'm gonna subdivide it twice, then delete lower, and then now I'm gonna Dynamesh, so it has kind of a nicer, cleaner feel. So that still has ridges on it. So I'm actually going to undo my Dynamesh, subdivide it once more. So right now, you can kind of see it out. Now it looks nice and smooth. Now I'm gonna delete lower. Oh, I have free subdivisions on. I wonder why. That might have been it for the nose problem. I'm gonna actually undo that. Alright, now it's nice and smooth, so now I'm gonna Dynamesh it. And again, I have polish on, I have the resolution, so now it's Dynameshed and it looks nice and clean. See, like, it's really nice having those different shapes, because then when you Dynamesh it, it's like a super like clean feel and shape. So now I'm gonna do damn standard. Let's give him a little something to work with right here. That's kind of funny. It's a little bit higher. It's like right around here. So divide once, delete lower. I'm not gonna have it be a smile, I'm gonna just have it be a neutral line for right now. That's how it's kind of supposed to be for games like that. You don't want to add like a certain expression. So we'll have it kind of just be tight-lipped for right now. Have it be very simple. That looks fine. So yeah, well, I'll just have that for right now. Sweet. All right, yeah. So we both love the gloves. I think I'm gonna call it. That was quite a bit going on already, and yeah, it's getting a little bit later. So, but yeah. So in this session, we kind of blocked out the shirt. We blocked out this armor piece, right? We have this dope glove now that kind of resembles this one. I cut off this piece. I was kind of just like, I don't know. I thought it looked a little bit cheesy, having two there. So I might have this like dial at some point. I might add the dial piece, but I think this looks pretty successful. Kind of like this donut piece. We have the trim that's not 90 degrees. We have the plate, right? We have these like looping pieces. Yeah, these strips and everything. So. Yeah, I think this is feeling pretty good so far. Kind of matching this glove, and I guess having more here on the armor piece would be good too. But let's see. I can add the strip around here just to kind of finish off this armor piece. But yeah, I think. Let's see here. Just bring this up here. This is kind of just floating. Bit much. There we go. That's looking a little better. I'm gonna just make it larger. I think larger feels good to me. Yeah. Kind of pulls up like right here. Kind of like dips here and then it pulls inward rather than outward like smoothly. But yeah, we don't have to like copy everything like one for one as far as concepts goes, so I'm not too concerned about this. But for right now, I'll have it like the concept and just have it stuffed. Just feels a little bit too short now. At least pull it out some. Maybe like longer, even though it's like more concave looking now. Something like this. Feels more right to me. I like that. Alright, cool. So yeah, now we have this armor piece. I think it's looking pretty good now. I think like right around here-ish. Feels good. I'll have that collar piece. He finally has a little bit of a mouth slit. Got some sick gloves going now. I love those gloves. And so yeah, next stream I'll add more straps, buttons, little buckle pieces. We'll add the extra like the socks and these different pieces for the shoe. Right now the shoes are still pretty simple, so we'll add these different pieces and I'll show you how to do that. But yeah, I'm gonna sign off for now. Thanks everyone for joining me. Daniel with Baka Bros Entertainment. I keep on forgetting to say that. Thanks again to our newest Patreon patron, Shar. And thanks again to William.